His first 100 days as U.S. president, and what does Donald Trump have to show for it? Her name is Ivanka. I'm Brent Goff in Berlin, and this is The Day.
It has been a little under 100 days.
The office of President of the United States.
It has just been a remarkable and incredible journey. I'm very, very proud of my father's advocacy.
For too long, we've watched our middle class shrink.
He's been a tremendous champion of supporting families.
Donald Trump rants and raves.
I've certainly heard the criticism from the media, and
I want to find a friendly reporter.
I'm humbled to be here with so many formidable leaders. I'm listening, I'm learning to bring the advice, to bring the knowledge back to the United States, back to both my father and the president.
Well, no matter what she does or would like to do, she will always be her father's daughter. Now, that has always been one of Ivanka Trump's most valuable assets. She has literally profited enormously from the Trump name, but it was all just business until Dad became president. Ivanka has not run away from that reality. Instead, she has jumped headfirst. Well, today, she came to Berlin on her first official trip as presidential advisor, invited by the German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Now, Merkel is the world's most powerful woman, and she's not one of President Trump's favorite people, although Trump recently said that their chemistry is, and I'm quoting here, unbelievable. Now, Ivanka came to Berlin to talk about helping women speak with their own voice. She quickly realized that she is now, more than ever, speaking as her father's daughter.
Officially, Ivanka Trump was in Berlin to join Angela Merkel in her bid to empower women. But the almost exclusively female audience clearly didn't appreciate her praise of Trump Sr. on that field. The microphones in the room failed to pick up the hisses and grumbling that followed this comment.
I'm very, very proud of my father's advocacy. He's been a tremendous champion of supporting families and enabling them to thrive in the new reality of
You hear the reaction from the audience.
For the German Chancellor, today was mostly about diplomacy. During her visit to Washington in March, she talked a lot with Ivanka. Merkel may well have found an effective way to catch the US president's ear.
Thank you, Chancellor, for your very gracious invitation. I'm humbled to be here with so many formidable leaders to engage in dialogue, to learn, to bring the advice, to bring the knowledge back to the United States, back to both my father and the president. And hopefully that will bring about incremental positive change, and that is my goal.
Reports suggest that Ivanka Trump has emerged as a key player in some of the president's policy decisions. There was no mention of that role here. Instead, an intense discussion on how to involve women more in business and politics. For once, the German Chancellor was speechless when asked,
Do you consider yourself a feminist? Interesting reaction.
The all-women audience seemed to think that she should have answered yes. Ivanka Trump clearly shares that view.
I know that Chancellor Merkel, just this past March, you passed an equal pay legislation, and that's something we should all be looking at.
Yes. Ivanka Trump stressed her intention to seek counsel from world leaders, briefly overplaying her card with the audience when portraying her father as a champion for families. The first daughter backs the G20 aim to establish women's empowerment as standard issue on the G20 agenda. The German Chancellor has all reason to hope that her willingness to learn won't stop at that.
All right, and fresh from that G20, that Women 20 Summit, here at the big table is Juliana Rosin. She's the executive director and the organizer of that summit today. It's good to have you here on the day. Congratulations. I mean, it was a big success today, what we saw for the G20, the Women 20 Summit. What was it like having Ivanka Trump there today?
Well, how was it like to have more than 400 of your colleagues on spot? It was amazing. It was some kind of unreal, but I think we deserved it because all the issues we placed there, they're really, really important. And we had a lot of important women as well. So it totally makes sense.
I mean, you say there were 400, top flyers, women there, but all the world is talking about Ivanka Trump tonight. What impression did she make on you?
So first, I meant 400 of your colleagues. So we had a lot of press interest.
Oh, so press, right. Okay, right.
So, but you're right, there were a lot of women from all over the globe. So we invited very important women, very engaged women from all G20 states. And actually, it started working about 3 months ago, or actually even earlier, because this this W20 process, which is W20, they started in Turkey 2 years ago. And ever since, they tried to lobby and influence G20 and just reminding them that empowering women is a mainstreaming issue, and then we have to focus on that again and again and again. So all those women were there, and they were engaged as well. Sorry.
The first thing that struck me when I was following this was the fact that Ivanka Trump began by talking about, she was there to talk about empowering women, and really one of the first things she did was to praise her father and his support for the family. What did you think when she did that?
Well, what else can she do? Maybe she knows how the situation is. She knows that everybody is just looking at her, how she would react, what will she say. And so she just opened the discussion and said, this is the fact, how it is. Now ask me something else.
But do you think that she is that aware of the reactions that she draws? I mean, when she made the comment about her father supporting families, there were these boos, there were hisses in the audience, and she seemed oblivious to that, as if she didn't notice it.
Well, that's kind of a reaction, but talking about the atmosphere in the conference, talking about boos, but there also was a lot of applause. So the whole situation was very energetic, and there were lots of discussions going on, not just from Ivanka, but also from the other panelists.
Yeah, there were on stage with Ivanka, there was Christine Lagarde, there was Angela Merkel.
Very powerful speech.
These are the elite of the elites, if you will. Do they really know what most women have to deal with on a daily basis?
So the question is, are they the ones to decide what's going to happen next to help women or to empower women? This whole conference was about to gather women from all G20 states, as I said, and we really had invited such a variety of women. We invited women entrepreneurs, we invited representatives from NGOs, we invited leading academics. So, talking about women, what is a woman? The only thing which unites us was our gender, but the background was so diverse. So, as I said, we started working very early. So a month ago, we started having online discussions. We had meetings in New York, in Argentina, in Berlin. And all those women had a lot of recommendations, and these recommendations were put together in a communique we adopted today, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. So
okay, I was going to ask you, what's the biggest takeaway, though, besides the fact that Ivanka Trump was there? What is the one thing that you think was the biggest positive of this event?
That I'm here, that you know what W20 is.
Yeah, that we're talking about it.
That your colleagues are talking about it, and that tomorrow we will introduce the outcomes of our communique, or the content of our communique, the outcomes of the conference to the Chancellor again. So, and now people heard about it, they will remember it. So they will ask the Chancellor, what do you think about it? Will you take this seriously? So this is what W20 is about. It's about a bunch of women from all over the globe gathering, putting their expertise in one paper, handing it over to the Chancellor. And thanks to this lovely panel today, it got so much attention, and now people are listening. It's very good.
Yeah, I want you to take a listen to what the Chancellor said today.
I know what's coming up now.
She was asked a simple question, the answer not so simple.
I need to ask one question, Madam Chancellor, after your brave intervention. Do you consider yourself a feminist? Interesting reaction.
To be honest, The history of feminism is one where there are similarities with me, and then there are differences. I would not like to decorate myself with a title I don't actually have.
She, as we say in German, you know, she hat die Kurve gekriegt, just at the end, yeah? She really, barely. I've never seen her there so speechless. Why was that such a difficult question? You know, we have a global audience. Why is it so difficult for the German Chancellor to answer the question, are you a feminist?
Well, I mean, at least in Germany, calling yourself a feminist means more or less you're a weird lefty, vegetarian, weird woman. This is nothing you
never
wanna
wears
be.
makeup.
And never works makeup, never has bought a bra ever, and hates men, more or less, in a nutshell. So I'm just saying there are stereotypes, and she just said, I'm more or less normal.
Yeah,
but sure, I want to empower women, and I'm really powerful, and that's why I'm kind of a role model, I think.
Okay, and tomorrow the communique comes out.
Yes.
And no hint on what's going to be in that, but you say it will be newsworthy.
Sure, definitely. And I can tell you our major issues because you can read them online on our website, which is w20-germany.org.
Yep.
So our major issues this year is labor market inclusion. So we need about an equal way of having men and women included in the labor force.
And we're going to tweet. You know, we're going to tweet that a little bit later on too, to make sure that everybody gets it.
So the second part, just once again, we have 3 issues.
Okay, we got 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yep.
It's labor market inclusion, financial inclusion, and digital inclusion, because the digital gender divide needs to be closed.
I agree. All right. You're doing a good job for the Women's 20. Juliana Rosing, thank you very much. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you.